Hey everyone, welcome back to my UGC NET Criminology lecture series. I hope all of you are doing well and your UGC NET preparation is moving in the right direction. And even if you feel your preparation is slow right now, don't worry. If every serious aspirant feels confused and stressed at some point, what matters is consistency. Even one strong topic studied properly can increase your confidence a lot. So today we are going to understand one of the most important criminological theories, that is rational choice theory. And trust me, after this video this theory will become very easy for you, because today we are not going to study it like a boring classroom topic. We are going to understand it through real life case studies, practical situations, and interesting examples. So watch this video carefully till the end, because this topic is very important for your examination. Now, before understanding the theory, let me ask you something. Why do criminals usually choose specific targets? Why does a thief mostly attack a house that looks empty? Why do online scammers target people who are less aware about technology? Why do exam paper leaks happen secretly before competitive exams? Why do some criminals avoid places with heavy police security? The answer is simple: because many criminals think before committing crime. They calculate risk, they calculate profit, they calculate opportunity, and this exact thinking is explained by rational choice theory. Now let us understand who gave us this theory. Rational choice theory became popular mainly because of the work of Derek Cornish and Ronald Clarke during the 1980s. According to this theory, offenders are not always acting blindly or emotionally. Many times they make decisions after carefully thinking about the situation. Before committing a crime, the offender may ask questions like, what will I gain from this? How much money or benefit will I get? What are the chances of getting caught? Can I escape easily? Is security weak? Is the target easy? After calculating these things, the offender decides whether to commit the crime or not. This is why the theory is called rational choice theory. Now, one important thing you should remember for exams: the word rational here does not morally correct or good behavior. It simply means that offender uses reasoning and calculation before acting. For example, imagine a person planning to steal expensive electronics from a shop. If the shop has strong shutters, CCTV cameras, alarm systems, guards, and police patrols nearby, the offender may avoid the crime. But if another shop has poor security, dark surroundings, and no surveillance, the chances of theft increase. Why? Because the criminal feels the risk is low and the reward is high. This is rational choice theory in simple language. Now, actually, the roots of this theory come from classical criminology. The famous classical thinker Caesar Beccaria believed that human beings have free will and they chose actions based on pleasure and pain. According to him, if punishment becomes certain and strict, people will avoid crime because fear of punishment becomes greater than the pleasure gained from the crime. Rational choice theory follows the same logic but in a modern way. Now let us make this theory even simpler through everyday examples. Imagine there are two examination halls. In the first exam hall, there are strict invigilators, CCTV cameras, and frequent checking. In the second hall, there is a weak supervision and students can easily copy answers. Now honestly tell me, where are students more likely to cheat? Obviously in the second hall. Why? Because the opportunity is easy and the risk is low. This is exactly how rational choice theory works. Crime becomes more likely when opportunities increase and risk decrease. Now let us understand the main idea of this theory deeply, because these concepts are important for UGC NET. The first important idea is that crime is a purposive behavior. This means that people commit crimes for some purpose, maybe for money, for revenge, for excitement, for power, or for status. For example, cyber criminals usually commit fraud for financial gain. Corrupt officials may accept bribes. According to this theory, many crimes are goal oriented. The second important concept is cost benefit analysis. This is one of the most important concepts in this theory. The offender mentally compares benefits and risks. If the reward appears bigger than the punishment, crime becomes more likely. For example, if a scammer believes he can cheat hundreds of people online and still avoid arrest, he may commit the crime because he thinks the benefit is greater than the risk. But if cybercrime police become very active and arrest rates increase, the offender may avoid committing the crime. Now let us understand one more important concept, that is opportunity. According to rational choice theory, opportunities play a major role in crime. Criminals usually search for easy opportunities. For example, a burglar may target houses that are isolated or empty during festivals and holidays. Similarly, online fraudsters may target people who are less educated about digital safety. Again, this shows calculation and planning. Now, let us discuss some interesting Indian examples and case studies because they make theories easier to remember. One famous example connected with rational choice theory is the question paper leak cases that happened before competitive examinations in India. In several incidents across states, criminals leaked examination papers for money. Why do such crimes happen? Because offenders believe there is a huge demand from desperate candidates and weak security in the examination system. The offenders carefully plan the leak, contact middlemen, select buyers secretly, and avoid detection. This shows planning, profit motive, and risk calculation. Now let us discuss an interesting Indian example, that is illegal ticket black marketing during major cricket matches or blockbuster movie releases. Black marketers know that huge public demand can help them earn quick profits. They usually operate secretly in crowded places where police monitoring is difficult. Again, the offender is thinking about profit, opportunity, and chances of escape. Now think about cyber frauds happening through fake banking calls. Many scammers pretend to be bank officials and ask for OTP numbers. But notice something important. They often target elderly people or people unfamiliar with technology. Why? Because they believe these targets are easier to manipulate. Again, this reflects rational selection of victims. Now let us discuss other practical example. Suppose a person wants to commit theft in a colony. He notices one house has CCTV cameras, security guards, strong gates and dogs. Another nearby house has weak locks, no lights and no cameras. Which house is more likely to become the target? Obviously the second one. Why? Because the rational choice theory says that criminals prefer situations where rewards are high and risks are very low. Now, this theory became very important in modern policing because it gave a practical idea for crime prevention. The theory suggests that if we increase risk and reduce opportunities, crime may reduce. This idea later influenced situational crime prevention. For example, installing CCTV cameras, improving street lights, increasing police patrols, using anti-theft devices, strengthening cyber security, and using biometric systems. All these methods are based on the logic of rational choice theory. Today, government and police departments use these ideas everywhere. Now, many students get confused between rational choice theory and routine activity theory. So, let us understand the difference very simply. Rational choice theory focuses on offender decision making, while routine activity theory focuses on situations where a motivated offender, suitable target, and absence of capable guardian come together. It is a simple difference. One focuses more on thinking and decision making, whereas the other focuses more on opportunity structure. Now let us move towards criticism of rational choice theory because this is very important for exams and should always come at the end of your answer writing. The first criticism is that not all crimes are rational or planned. Many crimes happen suddenly because of emotions like anger, jealousy, frustration, or revenge. For example, crimes committed during domestic violence, road rage, drunken fights, or emotional conflicts may happen impulsively without proper calculation. So, critics say the theory cannot explain emotional crimes properly. The second criticism is that the theory ignores social and economic condition. Critics argue that poverty, unemployment, lack of education, social inequality, and poor family background also influence criminal behavior. Sometimes people commit crimes because of desperation, not because of careful planning. The third criticism is that humans are not always perfectly rational. People often make wrong decisions. Some offenders underestimate police. Some criminals act carelessly under drug or alcohol influence. Some offenders are mentally disturbed. So, critics believe the theory oversimplifies human behavior. Other criticism is that theory focuses too much on individual choice and ignores social structure. Critical criminologists argue that society itself creates conditions for crime through inequality, corruption, discrimination, and lack of opportunities. So, blaming only individual choice may not give a complete understanding of crime. But despite of these criticisms, rational choice theory remains one of the most influential modern criminological theories because it has practical importance. It helps police understand offender behavior. It helps governments design crime prevention strategies. It helps cybercrime departments improve security system. And it helps criminologists understand how opportunities influence criminal behavior. Now, before ending the video, I want to say something to all aspirants watching this. Sometimes during preparation, you may feel slow. You may feel others are studying better than you. You may feel scared after seeing difficult questions. But remember one thing, success does not come from studying one day with full motivation. Success comes from studying regularly, even on days when motivation is very low. Every theory you complete is building your confidence. Every revision is taking you closer to your goal. So never stop believing in yourselves. Now let us conclude the theory. Rational choice theory says that many offenders think before committing crimes. They compare risk and rewards. They select opportunities carefully. Crime becomes more likely when benefits are high and risks are low. The theory was developed mainly by Cornish and Ronald Clarke and became an important modern criminological theory. Although the theory is criticized for ignoring emotions and social inequality, it still remains highly important in understanding crime and crime prevention. So, aspirants, this was the complete detailed explanation of rational choice theory with simple examples and case studies. If you found this video helpful, then please like the video and share it with your friends preparing for UGC NET Criminology or Forensic Science examination. And if you want more criminology theories explained in this easy and interesting style, then subscribe to the channel Criminology and Forensic Science. Also, don't forget to answer the practice questions given in the link in the description. Keep studying, keep growing, and most importantly, keep believing in yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.